Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Paper Grove Studio. I hope you guys are doing well. I just wanted to jump on and possibly do something with this package that got sent to me in the mail by Tara. Thank you so much, Tara. I wanted to just do a craft with me and see what we can create with this. So let's open this up and jump right in. This is so beautiful. Got lots of goodies in here to create with, so let's see what we can come up with. We have some blue rickrack. We have music paper. Ooh, this is really pretty. And I'm just opening this up now. Wow, this looks like really old wallpaper. And it has a beautiful sheen to it. Wow, I could definitely make something of that. And it looks like this is another piece here of wallpaper. And this has got like a cushiony feel to it. That is pretty cool. And we have some book pages and some pattern paper, some dictionary paper, and some cool pages from an old book. And this is beautiful. Is this the Pepin paper? Let me see here. Yeah, this is the Pepin paper that you can purchase on the internet. And you can use this paper for crafting or for wrapping a present in. And they have so many different designs too, so go check it out if you can. And then we have this little package here. And this package has some really pretty seam binding, some beautiful blue buttons to play with, a glassine bag that is already decorated with a napkin. And it looks like there might be some things in here too. Some really pretty washi stickers. Put that back in there. And some more ephemera in little baggies, glassine bags, envelopes, and some pretty fabric. Wow. This is really pretty. I love the colors. And a really pretty doily. Definitely use that in your journal. Some more book pages. This is pretty cool. What is this? Ah, this came out of a book. Pretty cool. And our beautiful napkin. All right, so I think we have so many things to play with. And I think I know of a couple things that I want to do. That's why I brought out my decoupage glue and some glue stick and a paintbrush. So we will go ahead and do something with this napkin. And possibly some of the music paper. And let's just get started. Let's just dive right in and here. So I want to open up this napkin. And we're going to take out the layers. So there's possibly maybe 1 or 2 layers here. I know some people do it with tape or a little bit of water. But I think I can get it here. And that's 1 layer. Clean that off. And we could definitely use this for other projects as well. And let's see if there's 1 more layer here. I think there was. These are always pretty tricky. And it's okay if you tear some of it. I mean, I'm not going to be using this whole piece right now. So take that layer off. And then we will put that aside. And we will, let's see what piece we would like to use here. Put that aside. And wow, this is so pretty. I definitely want to get this bottom half here. So we'll go ahead and just do this side right here. So I am going to go ahead and tear this in half. And we will put some glue stick down right here on the paper. Oops. And this is Scotch Create glue. I do like using this for decoupage. If you want to just put the napkin right down on top of it, it's usually pretty good. Holds onto the napkin pretty well, and then you could go ahead and put your decoupage glue right on top of it. And it's not like super wet, so the napkin doesn't get too wrinkly when you go and place it down. And we'll just flatten that out with our hands, just like so. And you could see the music page right through the paper. And I think I want to make a couple tags today. So we'll go ahead and cut that part off. And let me grab my scissor. I'm just going to cut it right down the top here and around the flower. Just like so. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut the napkin off. Right up to the edge there. And then we could go ahead and use some decoupage. And this is what I'm going to be using today, Deco Art Decoupage Gloss. Take our brush dip it right in and go from the inside in the middle to outwards. Right out to the edge of your project. And being gentle enough so that we don't rip the napkin. And you don't need too much on here. You can use a thin layer. Just enough so that the napkin, oopsie, I did tear it a little bit, but that part is okay. We can trim it. Try to do a thin layer right on top here. My finger's pretty much stuck to this. I'm just going to use a little bit of glue just to get that piece off. And then we'll go ahead and do the bottom. I really love doing decoupage with napkins because napkins have such beautiful prints to use. And I love getting my napkins at Marshall's, or TJ Maxx sells them, or even those like hardware stores. They have all kinds of napkins. Dollar Tree has some great napkins too. All right, so I think we got all the way to the edges. I just got to get over here a little bit over here, and then we can let it dry a little bit and put it off to this side. Okay, so we'll put that off to the side and let that dry a little bit. And then we can work on a couple other things here. All right, so what can we add to this? It may possibly turn into something else, you guys, so I'm just jumping on here. I wanted to dig into this kit and make something fun and have you guys come along with me and just have an easy craft with me and no worries, and just kind of do what feels right. So let's just grab something else here. What can we do? I really love this paper. This is just so gorgeous. We can take some of the book page. And this is actually kind of cool, but I'm not going to put it on that. I'm going to use some of this book page, and I'm going to cut a piece of this paper off. And you could pretty much use any kind of wrapping paper you have, you guys, and incorporate it in your crafting projects as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, something new. You can use what you already have. I know I have tons of different kinds of wrapping paper in our storage area. I'm always buying it when Hobby Lobby has their Christmas clearance or their clearances, and I kind of just stock up on it. All right, that is so pretty, and I might want to tear it and just play around here. We could go ahead and ink it up a little bit. All right, So let me just grab my ink really quick. And I'm going to use some ground espresso. And I'm going to ink some of the edges here just to darken it up a little bit, make it look distressed, and give it some character, and just have some fun. This up a little bit here. Make this look even more aged than it already does. That's always fun. Put this aside more here. Okay. So I want to make this sort of like a tuck spot right here. And I am going to get my glitter glue, and we will glue it right here. I'm feeling like I want to back this up a little bit more, maybe just to make it a little bit thicker. So I'm going to grab some copy paper, and I'm going to glue it right onto the copy paper. Right all the way on all the edges here, and we'll just stick it right down on there a little bit. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tear that right off of the copy paper, because who doesn't like a torn edge? Perfect. All right, so that's pretty torn up a little bit, so I'll get some of the extra off. I'm gonna leave that because I do like it, and I'm going to add more ink to the edges and just roughen it up a little bit. Add some dimension. Okay, so we did add a little more ink on it, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it here, just on the edges so that you can use it as a tuck spot. Let me just open the glue up a little bit here. That might have been a little bit too much glue. So we'll go ahead and spread it around a little bit. That is perfect. And we're just going to place it right down in the corner there. And I'm just making some things that I could put into maybe a botanical journal. I see this going into this whole theme with the flowers and nature and butterflies. I love nature and garden themed journals too. So, and I could sew around this too once everything is dry. And I definitely want to add something else to this to maybe embellish it a little bit. So let's see here. We had some doily. What if I could cut some of this off and add it somehow to the edge maybe. I don't really want to cover up the flowers that much though. So let's see here what we have. What else do we have in here? This is so pretty too. I really love using pattern paper too in a journal and with paper crafts. So I'm just going to find some ephemera and I'm going to stick some in here. And I have these fun bingo cards that I printed off. And we could play with some of those too. So let me just cut some of those out. And we can add those to it as well. I really like this orange color. It's like a reddish orange and it's very distressed looking. It's pretty cool looking. Cut that out. And I will be inking this as well. Actually, this makes it look pretty cool. Almost looks like a black on the orange. And then we can go ahead and we can tuck that in there. I might also decorate the bingo card a little bit. And that fits right in there. And what can we put on the bingo card? I might want to tear out this image here. And just play around with these. All right. Sometimes it's just fun to just grab something, a pile of papers, a pile of scraps, and just go with the flow. And, or just grab, you know, piles, make piles of different scraps or different ribbons or different buttons that go together and just put them in like a Ziploc bag or tie them together and make your own kits and kind of just throw them off to the side and then say, oh, I'm in the mood for flowers today, or I'm in the mood for this color today, or maybe it's this season, and then you're just going with this season. And I just love to do that. I like to put things in a Ziploc baggie or a mesh bag, and I kind of like put, you know, things in different bunches to maybe possibly make, you know, different themed journals or different themed crafts. Just basically going by my mood. And it's always fun to do it that way. So I want to add some dimension. So we can go ahead and cut some of this off. I really like the flower there, so I don't want to cut the flower off. I'll just cut right down a piece off here. So let's see how we want to use this. I think actually I will cut this like this. is somehow on here. I just like the texture of this, so I think I'm just going to glue it here. My glue is so watery for some reason. Glue that down. I'm kind of just collaging on this and playing around with it. And of course I'm going to add a couple more things on here. Maybe a little bit of lace. Play around with some lace today. Go ahead and cut the lace, and we can glue that on there, right on the edge. And I need my fabric tack for that. Put glue right down the edge there. And Fabri-Tac is pretty good with sticking down fabric. It's not good for embellishments like gems or anything like that because it does disintegrate the backing. But it is good for paper and fabric and the two together. So we'll glue that down there. Might need a little bit more glue. Right on the edge there. Okay, I'll stick that down there and let that dry a little bit. Let me see if we still want to add this here. Right on the bingo card. I do like this image, it does stand out. And let's see here. We can make it pop even a little bit more with maybe some torn dictionary page or book page. This is so pretty too. I might just tear some of this off and put it there. Yep. Let's go ahead and do that. Use it, you know? What else can we do with it, you know? Just use it, what you have, and play around with it and have fun. It's there for you to have fun with it. So. I want to put it over here. Yes, I think I like that. So I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac because it's got a good stick to it, and this is really thick wallpaper. And it will hold it down nicely. The only thing that doesn't like my Fabri-Tac is my nail polish. It always takes it off because it has the acetone in it. All right, so let's place that right there. And I hope you guys are just having fun, crafting along. Grab a stack of papers and just make some fun tags or journal cards. Play around with your lace and your pieces of ephemera. And we'll go ahead and glue that down. Right there. Very pretty. All right. I do like how that is turning out. I like different textures. We have the bingo card. We have the piece of ephemera, the wallpaper, 2 different wallpapers. We have the lace. And we may even add some buttons. All right, let's let that dry a little bit. Clean up the glue. And I'm not sure that I want to use these buttons, but I think they'll go very well because blue goes so perfect with yellow. So actually, maybe I just use it. I should just use it. There we go. I think these buttons are from Hobby Lobby. They have some great buttons, great selection of buttons at Hobby Lobby, the Zoology brand. So where should we place this button? Maybe over here, maybe on the top corner, or right over here. What do you guys think? I'd like to do a row, but I'm not sure I want to do a row of these size buttons. So I think I might put it down here. Maybe I'll put 2 here. Let's see how that looks. 2 buttons right there on the side, or right here on the bottom. No, not this bottom. Maybe here on top, like that. Perfect. I think that's it, guys. I'm just gonna glue it on with my Fabri-Tac. And I could always come in with a string with needle and string it through the paper a little bit. But we'll go ahead and glue that down there. Probably be better if I used a glue gun for this. But I'm using what I have right now. So this works. Layer the glue on. And go ahead and place that down. And I'll hold it down a few seconds. And the glue is seeping through a little bit, so I'm just going to clean it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. The blue's coming off on the button. Yeah, see, Fabri-Tac's not really good for the for embellishments or buttons and things. So I will be fixing that later, but it does need to dry. So far we have the pocket, we have a journaling card or just an embellishment and you could use inside of a journal. And this is dry pretty much. So I am going to be sticking this down on a file folder. Let me get the file folders. I'll be using these file folders. You can get these at the Dollar Tree. They usually come 8 in a pack. And they have the different tabs, side tab, middle tab, and then the right side tab, which I like. So 3 tab positions. And it's a manila color, letter size, and you get 8 for $1, which is a pretty good deal. So what we'll do is I'm going to glue it down on here just for a thicker backing. So let me get some of this stuff out of the way, guys. And I don't want this video to be so long, so we'll be coming up to the end shortly. And then we could continue crafting with these items. And I'll be posting a couple more videos on these items and what we'll be doing with them. All right, so go ahead and glue that down. Make sure it's all on the paper here. Perfect. Smooth it down. I love how pretty this looks already. It's bright and the flowers, oops, are so beautiful. That was the glue that was on my hand. Gotta get the glue off. It's starting to stick to the decoupage. All right, so I'm gonna fix that. I'm gonna put a little more glue just to stick it down a little bit better. There we go. Turn it around, add some glue on this side. And we'll add glue on this side too. I know I definitely want to make tags with these, but I definitely want to decorate them. And we'll definitely be doing that. Add a little more glue over here. I think this is where the decoupage was. And up here a little bit. All right, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. That half off. And we may even turn this into some kind of a journal, or it can be tags. And we can fold it in half and put the journal right in the middle. So what we'll do is we're going to let this dry and we're going to continue on and do another video with the rest of these items. These may all go together. So if you'd like to see that all happen, please check out my next video. I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for joining me with this craft with me, and I hope you had a good time. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.